It's today's leadoff question with Janmejay Patwardhan, one of the tennis players for the Hesston High School team coming off a state championship. Your question today, what's your favorite part of winning that state championship for you?
Um, my favorite part, let's see here. I think it would definitely be my quarterfinal match, which went 3 hours and 3 sets. Um, it was definitely that part because we had the we had the championship basically finalized the first day, and it was mainly due to that quarterfinal match.
Like, what were some of the highlights of that quarterfinal match and how you were able to get over the hump?
So I won the first set 6-1, which was smooth sailing. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was a memory from last year because last year I lost in the quarterfinals. So I don't know. I was maybe playing a little tense. So he got the next set 4-6, and then I had 10 minutes before the third set, and one of my teammates, Braden Lichty, he came up to me and said, "You better win this next set if we want to win that championship." So I think that basically maybe shifted a gear in my head and kind of, I guess, propelled me to win that third set.
Yeah, good reaction. So after you guys did end up winning the state title, especially when it became official, what was your first reaction to it?
I was excited. I mean, that's probably maybe top three moment of my life. Um, yeah, I've never experienced anything like it before, so I was glad, especially with the team we had, that we got that done.
What were your feelings going into the state? Obviously, you guys had probably high expectations this year, but what were your kind of gut feeling going into the state meet?
We all had high hopes. Basically, the goal was to win the state championship, and we had a fairly strong team going into it. Yeah.
So for you, yeah. So for you, how long have you been playing tennis?
I started when I was around 4. I played all the young years, like learning all the basics and all that. Then I got somewhat burnt out, maybe 5th and 6th grade year, around where COVID started too. And then I picked it back up in 7th grade when middle school tennis started.
Was there a certain point that you realized, hey, I'm pretty good? Was there a certain point you're really starting to grasp things pretty well?
Probably 7th grade. I was, not to brag, but
Sure.
I was somewhat top like my grade level, and I was competing with the 8th graders at that time, and I was also winning. So it's kind of when
What's the best part of your game? Is there a specific part that you feel like is your top strength?
definitely my forehand. If I get that maybe waist level, I can rip that thing fairly consistently, I think.
Has that always been a strength, or did you kind of develop that as the years have gone?
Definitely developed that. I think it's always been more of comfortable for me to rip those forehands, but I think it's definitely developed and gotten better and faster.
That is Janmejay Patwardhan with the Hesston tennis team with our leadoff question. It's today's leadoff question with Tim Van Bergeijk, a member of the Hesston tennis team. Tim, the question for you, what's your favorite part of winning that state championship? What stands out to you?
Honestly, I think my favorite part was probably just how special it was and the team we built. I think really I feel like everybody improved so much over the season, and it just became a really special season. So I think being with the group and just seeing everyone succeed so much, it was really amazing.
What was your initial reaction? I know you guys kind of figured things out maybe before it was even over, but once you did officially find out, what was your initial reaction?
Yeah, so we all did the math after day one, and because of how well we did, we already had clinched the team title, which is pretty absurd. So we were all kind of celebrating after the first night. We went out to Texas Roadhouse and we were talking about it, but we tried to stay a little bit focused because we still had the next few matches tomorrow, make sure we were ready for those. But no, we were definitely celebrating quite a bit day one with how everything went really well and we were able to already clinch the team title.
Did you find that knowing that you already clinched it, was it easier to play that second day? Were you more at ease, I guess, out on the court?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a very good feeling. And I think it definitely made it feel like I didn't really have too much to lose, because no matter what happened day 2, I was going to be pretty happy with how the tournament ended. So it definitely meant that I was going to be pretty happy with how everything ended, no matter what happened, I would say.
What were some of the more intense moments for you? Any specific matches or any specific points?
I would say our quarterfinal and semifinal matches were both really tough. We went against the McPherson team in the quarterfinals and the Bueller team in the semifinals, and both of them went on to get 5th and 3rd. So they both didn't lose after playing us, and I think they both just played at a really high level. And that Bueller team we'd met at regionals and semifinals, and that was also a pretty intense match. So I think getting through and winning both of those 2 matches pretty well definitely made me very happy and made me feel very good about making it to finals.
What were the expectations for the season? Even before things got started, you guys knew you guys had some talent coming back, but like, what were your feeling going into the year?
I mean, it was really hard to tell. We all talked about how we'd have a chance at the team title, but I would say my goal for myself was just the place at state. But it was really hard, especially for me on the doubles side, because knew I'd be a part of one of our doubles teams, but I had no clue who I was going to play with at the start of the season. We had a player who joined after not playing tennis ever. He'd only played pickleball before. And then we had a returning state champion in doubles. And then we also had another player who was going to play varsity doubles. And I didn't know who I was going to play with. So I didn't think I'd ever get anywhere close to like getting second at state and then winning as a team. It was just a really crazy result. And I think over the season, all of our players just got so much better compared to the beginning. We just kept on building and building, and then peaked at the right time, I guess.
What's it like trying to build that chemistry with your doubles partner? Is that an easy thing that comes naturally, or did it take some time?
It's definitely difficult. And I think this season was especially difficult because I played with 2 different people throughout the season. So I spent the first 4 meets I went to playing with one partner, and then we swapped up our lineup and we swapped our doubles and a bit of our singles. So I was playing with somebody else, and I only played 1 tournament and then league and then regionals and state with them. So it's definitely a quick adjustment, but all the people I played with were people I'd already connected very well with and were very close with. So just kind of trying to build that chemistry as soon as possible, and definitely just communicating and understanding that every person you play with is very different, and understanding what you have to do to succeed with them is very important. And I think it's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be a bad match here and there, but as long as you keep on improving and figuring out what works, I think you can really play to your best potential.
You mentioned getting to celebrate after the first day once you realized you clinched by going to Texas Roadhouse. Did you celebrate anywhere else, or anything else that you did?
Not too much day 1. I think we were all very exhausted. It was a very long day of tennis, and we went to bed very early because we were still very focused on tomorrow and trying to make it. And our goal is, of course, to win the tournament in doubles. So we wanted to make sure we did everything right to prepare ourselves for tomorrow.
That is Tim Van Bergeijk, a member of the Hesston tennis team.